Happy Friday, everybody. It's finally Friday. It's Friday. I'm so excited. Welcome to Friday Night Live, Law Nerds. Tonight, we are doing 3 quick topics, then a Q&A, then Court of Public Opinion, which is quickly becoming my favorite part of Friday, other than talking to y'all. I got to be honest. It's really a lot of fun. And yeah, we're talking about Taylor Swift real quick. If you guys want a deep dive of any of these topics, you're going to have to let me know. Let me know if you want a deep dive. We're going to talk quickly about Taylor Swift's latest lawsuit. We're going to talk about the Johnny Depp appeal in the UK and what that means. And I didn't want to, but y'all asked and asked in my DMs. And there is a short minute order in the Tati Westbrook case. We're going to cover that and then move on. I saw a birthday. Happy birthday. So tonight, that's what we're going to do. If you are on the replay, hello replay crew, there will be timestamps down below for these subjects after the live stream is done. And we're just going to jump right into it. And I'm going to tell you guys what we're going to do. What we're going to do is get right into it. Hi there. If we haven't met yet, I'm Emily D. Baker. I'm the badass lawyer, host of The Emily Show podcast, and I am a legal commentator breaking down the legal shit behind the news and pop culture stories that we all want to talk about. I have been a licensed attorney for over 15 years, but this is not legal advice. I am a big fan of the cursey words, so headphones are recommended. This is where the law nerds unite. With facts, not fuckery. That's what I do every time it plays. I think you guys do that too. So because we have 3 topics tonight, 3 quick topics, I'm going to do all of the questions at the end. So if you have questions and you want me to see them, we're going to do them. I will tell you when it's question time. We will be like, question time. And we will get into all the questions. Otherwise, y'all know your girl. I will inevitably get off track. I also, last night on the members only live stream, and if you're a member of the channel, those live streams stay up so that if you become a member, you can go back and watch them. And if you are a channel member in the top 2 tiers, we do have a makeup channel member Zoom call tomorrow night. There is a creator shout out that I talked about last night on the live stream, and I wanted to go back and just share that creator shout out with everybody on this stream, because this is a channel that has made me smile so much over the last few days. I'm just going to pull their channel up real quick while I talk about them. They have such fun and wholesome content. They do music reactions mostly, and I know they have some vlogging and stuff, but this channel, Twins, the New Trend, do the greatest reactions. I'm also going to share their channel in the chat, but this channel has given me so much joy. And yes, there are regular channels I watch all the time, but sometimes when I find a new channel, I just want to share. So these 2 young men, not only are they just so enthusiastic about music, but it's kind of like sitting and watching a friend experience new music for the first time. And it is so much fun. You can see, because I'm pulling up my YouTube, you can see all of the videos that I've watched. I've been watching their videos. If you need somewhere to start with this channel, and I don't want to get copyrighted on this. If you need somewhere to start on this channel, these gentlemen, there's no audio. These gentlemen reacting to the first time Dolly Parton's Jolene is one of the most endearing videos I have ever watched. I just wanted to give a shout out to these creators. They are so much fun. Their content is just endearing as everything, and they are genuinely reacting to music and appreciating music. And it really does feel like sitting with a friend who's experiencing something new for the first time. So happy to give a shout out. I see you guys are loving it. It's a total, they definitely great songs. What's a banger? I love that they're like, no, those are facts. Facts. I just adore their channel. So if you are watching this, they have way more subscribers than I do. But for you guys, if you're looking for something new that's just going to bring a smile to your face, they're quick little videos and you get to listen to some good music and just really enjoy people experiencing music for the first time. And them experiencing Dolly Parton for the first time is just one of the greatest. So the YouTube algorithm came through for me in recommending this channel. I'm seeing them grow. They're at over 700,000 subs. I cannot wait to see them at 1 million. Thank you to the YouTube algorithm for suggesting this channel. They are absolutely a blast. I love it. So enjoy their channel. It just will give you something fun to watch. And their channel is Twins the New Trend. I put the link in. I will put the link in again. They're really fun creators. I love what they do. I love their channel. It just makes me smile. So I think sometimes having a channel that just brings a smile to your face, especially now, is so fun. And it's just a different type of a channel with music reactions. And it's music that I love. And I'm like, oh, they've never heard Aerosmith before. Okay. And then watching them discover something new is really fun. It's just really fun. So I've gone on and on. I'm sure they have no idea who my channel is or me, which is not the point. The point is that finding content that brings a smile is always worth a share over here. So I wanted to make sure I did that. Hello, Barry. Good to see you. So good to see you, Adam McIntyre. I saw you popping in. Hello, bestie. Yeah. All right. So tonight, because I'm going to try to blow through 3 topics and your girl's long-winded, I am going to answer questions about all of them at the end. I love that you guys love this channel too. I love finding new content around YouTube. I think their parents are probably super proud of how genuine and just, I don't want to say the word, I don't know what the right word is for how endearing, other than endearing. They are just so open and fun and just genuine. It's really fun to see the excitement. They just seem like really, really nice young men. And anyway, I adore their content. So brought a smile to me, figured it would bring a smile to you. And Hannah, right? It's fair. I forget how fucking old I am sometimes. And it's like the music that I enjoy, not always sharing that. And I've got to say, I know Adam McIntyre is in the chat, but Adam McIntyre is another creator who I'm watching him enjoy music the way I enjoyed music when I was a teenager. And I'm like, you know what? When's the last time I've listened to a album all the way through? And when's the last time I've really sat with my music the way I did when I was younger? Because for me, as I got older, I tend to default while I'm working into music I'm really familiar with. So it's also been a time for me to revisit music that I love. So what they are doing is allowed under fair use. It's commentary. And that doesn't mean on YouTube, real quick, music, most musicians will allow it with either monetization going directly to the artist or monetization being split, but they won't allow you to 100% monetize it without sharing it. Some record labels will just strike it. And if they strike it, they generally won't. They'll generally copyright claim it and give you the opportunity to take it down. So using music in this way on YouTube can be allowed, but not necessarily monetized. And that is a thing of YouTube. I think a lot of studios are starting to realize that allowing music to be used like on TikTok and allowing music to be used can really on social media platforms can really boost the way that music is perceived and bring music to a whole new generation. I mean, I'm sure that Fleetwood Mac was not putting like, hey, our music's going to go viral on TikTok, like on their vision board, right? It's like, oh no, there's this whole generation that's now discovering Fleetwood Mac's music because of Dogman. What is it, 208, 802? I get numbers confused, but because Dogman is like vibing on a skateboard with some Ocean Spray Cranberry, drinking it, listening to Fleetwood Mac, everybody's like, oh, Fleetwood Mac, and recreating it. So the way music goes viral is so interesting because of social media. But anyway, I've gone on. we are talking about music. I'm in a music-y frame of mind. I've been very much diving back into discovering new music, not because of TikTok. I don't think I've listened to the radio and I don't know how long. I generally get in a rut putting on my Apple Music and putting on my playlists. Today it was a Rolling Stones like Paint It Black vibe in the car. So yeah, music. I've been enjoying it. And today we've got another one. Good to see you, True Sleuth. Tonight we've got more music because we're talking about Taylor Swift. So it's good to see you guys. I'm so happy to be here tonight. Cheers. Can we just, Knights Who Say Knee sent this to me and it might not show up easily. It's in holographic purple, but it says building monuments to the gods of speculation. And it just made me so happy. So watermelon kombucha this evening. Okay. So as we jump in, I am going to go through our 3 topics real quick. I think I've already said this. I'm going to go through our 3 topics real quick, and then I'm going to get to questions so that it's easy for me to timestamp it for people on the replay and not lose my train of thought. Like, let's be real about what the most important goal is here, is to not lose my train of thought. So, okay. What should we do first? We're just going to get the KJ stuff out of the way. We're just going to do it. I'm just going to jump in. We're going to bite the bullet. We're going to do that first. We're just going to do that first. We're going to do KJ, Johnny Depp, and then Taylor Swift. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. That's how we're doing it. Let me pull up Pacer and let me pull up this minute order. It's quick. We're just going to do it all together. And then we're going to go ahead. So Christine Stafford was asking, is kombucha alcoholic? Some are, some aren't. It is fermented. I added vodka to this, so tonight it is. And for everyone who is watching on the YouTubes, we have over 2,800 Law Nerds here on the YouTubes. We also have friends watching on Facebook because I stream on both platforms on Friday, mostly because my parents have assured me they cannot find my channel on the YouTubes. And my mother told me this week on the phone that she is not subscribed to my YouTube channel because she has very mixed feelings about me dyeing my hair purple. And by very mixed feelings, I mean she is not as excited about me dyeing my hair purple as I am. So that's where it is. So my parents watch on the Facebooks on the Fridays, and that's why I stream in both places. All right, I am pulling up Pacer right now. Of course, it's trying to pull into the wrong case. I don't know. We're taking a break, and my trackpad is like, help, I'm low. So if my trackpad runs out, I might not be able to switch documents this evening, but we'll figure it out. Way to be prepared. I'm like, I don't know when the last time I charged my trackpad is. That's probably an issue. It says connect to recharge soon. Duh. But the charger's all the way over there. It's all the way over there. Okay, we'll get it in a second. No, docket report. Things are pulled up because, professionals. All right, newest date first. Let's pull up Pacer. Let's run the report. Bring it all up. There we go. There's a real quick minute order. It says basically the same shit that I said last time. It goes over the judges' conference. It is just the minute entry. So not even an order. This is a minute entry. This is the court's note like, hey, shit happened. This is the shit that happened. And then there was a request for the transcript of what was said. So I have thoughts about that too, but let's get into the minute entry. For proceedings held before Judge Barbara J. Rothstein. By the way, Babs is a baller. She just put the smack down. She pulled the lawsuit over. She was like, kids, stop fighting. What we're not going to do is any of this. Then the deputy clerk was there. Counsel Alana Levine, Jeffrey Blinko. This is Washington counsel for Tati Westbrook. I was like, did she call him Michael? She might have. If the transcript gets released, which I think is out on the internet, I will see, but I couldn't remember. Susan Kaplan and defense counsel Michael Brown. Time of hearing, 10 a.m. This is the court reporter. Status conference held via Zoom. The court held a hearing on defendant's motion for status conference after hearing arguments of counsel regarding allegations of the abusive and inappropriate use of social media made by both sides against the other. the court declined to issue a restraining order limiting counsel or the parties' use of social media. However, the court reminds the attorneys in this matter that they will be held to all rules of professional conduct, and relevant to this dispute in particular, Washington RBC Rule of Professional Conduct 3.6, materially identical to the California Rule of Professional Conduct 5-120A, which provides that a lawyer who is participating or has participated in the investigation or litigation of a matter shall not make an extrajudicial, outside of court, statement that the lawyer knows or reasonably should know will be disseminated by means of public communication and will have a substantial likelihood of materially prejudicing an adjudicative proceeding in the matter. Counsel is cautioned that abuses of social media outlets that test the limits of this rule will not be countenanced, will not be continued, will not be allowed by the court. Entered 2/3/21. So going over the same thing that the court said on the phone, but this was much more focused at the attorneys, less focused at the parties. On the phone, the court admonished the parties to stop it as well. This is much more focused on the attorney behavior. And since Saltzy is the only attorney really on social media, because he tends to be responding to the stuff for KJ, more directed, in my opinion, at him. I think this is an indication for me that the court is inclined to accept jurisdiction on this case, because the court wouldn't be so strongly admonishing the parties to get their shit together if the court didn't intend to have jurisdiction. It's like, hey, if you do this, I will do this. We are not having it. And I think that that's an indication for me that the court sees herself as in possession of this case, because she's already saying this is what we're doing going forward. Then there's a request for transcript. With the request for transcript, there's an allowance to object to things in the transcript to be removed. Probably not going to need to happen. It was a public hearing. It's already been decided. So that is it for the KJ update. All I expect next, other than everyone finishing making their videos about the things that were said running up to this hearing and the things that were said after this hearing, is ruling on jurisdiction, like a final ruling on jurisdiction. That's all that I expect in this case. It should be quiet. It should be quiet. I think we're in a blinking contest to see which side is going to say something on social media first. Because you know, the second one of these sides blinks and so much as tweets about this case, Babs, Your Honor. Yeah, they're doing it again. No, he's touching me again. No, he's touching me again. Mom, he's touching me. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. He's touching me. I'm not touching you. That's what's going to happen. The second one of these sides blinks, they're going to be running right back to the court. So let's just all hope. Let's just all hope it's quiet for a little bit. We have other things to talk about. Oh, Truth Sleuth. No, I see her comment in the thing saying that it's already been discussed. Well, then that's going to end up right back in court. But I'll have to watch one of your videos to find out. I'll have to watch a video about it to find out, because I have tried to like la 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 with this case. There's so much else happening in law. I want them to just decide jurisdiction on this case so we can all move on. Like, release me. I'm waiting. But if stuff's already being said, then it will end up being brought up in front of the court. So if that's happening, that will end up right back in court. So we can all hope. Let's just all like put it out to the universe. Like, let's just all hope that it's quiet. We need it to be quiet. All right. Let's get into what's going on with Johnny Depp a little bit. I am going to do a brief road so far. If you haven't watched my videos on the Johnny Depp case, I have them. I have one video, I think, on the Johnny Depp case. Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, and the Sun. The reason there's only the one is because I went over the court's ruling. People were not thrilled with my coverage of it because they don't like the court's ruling. And I'm like, but y'all, I'm just covering what the court said. I know y'all think the court's biased as hell in this case. I totally get it. But that is where I'm at. So the road so far on that case, let me just pull up my notes so I don't get anything mistaken, because it happens. The road so far with the Sun case, and again, I'm going to link a video on it, is that Johnny Depp sued the Sun UK for libel, which is defamation, but printed. Slander is spoken. I'm glad that they put an S on slander because it makes it really easy to remember. Slander is the speaking one and libel's the other one being written. They had put a headline up in their newspaper stating that Johnny Depp was a, quote, wife beater. That is the quote they used. The headline was up for 24 hours, roundabouts, could be a little bit less. And then the headline was amended. Johnny Depp still sued the Sun UK over it. The UK system runs differently than here. The judge held the trial. The judge is the finder of fact, and then the judge ruled. Lots have taken issue with the way that the judge decided the facts, the way that the judge believed one party over the other, the reasons the judge stated for doing so. But in the UK, the judge has to approve an appeal. And an appeal is essentially saying the judge got it wrong or the judge was biased. The judge somehow was wrong, but the judge has to approve it. So when I first looked at this and the fact that they were going to appeal, I was like, I don't know if the judges are going to be like, yeah, okay, we'll hear an appeal. So you have to be granted the right to an appeal. And that is what happened this past week. Johnny Depp was granted the ability to have a hearing. So you get the right to have a hearing on why there should be an appeal. And this is where Johnny Depp's team will be able to present discrepancies in fact, issues that they had with the way the court ruled, and why there should be a retrial of the case. Not just an appeal, but a retrial of the case. And that's essentially what the appeal is, that this case should be retried. The court also said that Depp's team is allowed to be heard on whether they would be presenting new evidence. I think some of the things that the Depp team wants to present is the fact that Amber Heard, it seems, has lied about whether or not she donated funds from her divorce proceeding to charity the way that she said. And that is something that will play heavily into this because it's one of the factors that the judge in the UK relied on initially when determining that he believed Amber Heard was the more credible party in this case. And that's essentially what the judge did. When there were factual issues, it broke in favor of Amber Heard and not in favor of Johnny Depp. What I think is interesting in this case, and this is an observation from me, in this case, you see Johnny Depp having a lot of support from other women that he has been in relationships with. Now, when you contrast that to things like Marilyn Manson or even the Shia LaBeouf, I'm going to get it wrong. Just roll with me, folks. I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Some of you in the comments will let me know that. I'm going to get it wrong. Shia LaBeouf is what we're going with. Because it's so wrong that it's not like even me trying to get it right. Shia LB. How about that? I'm going to do that. So in those cases, when you saw women come forward, you have seen in those cases other women come forward. And that is not an uncommon occurrence in a lot of these cases. That doesn't mean that those statements are more true. It just is something that I look at when I'm looking at cases like this with allegations of domestic abuse or domestic violence. What my takeaway is it seems like this was a mutually assaultive relationship and that there were lots of back and forth. And so if that's determined to be the case, then the Sun's characterization of Johnny Depp as a wife beater might not be accurate if some of these instances, or a large amount of these instances, were defensive instances. And that's really what the Depp team is arguing, that these were defensive. This wasn't him being a quote unquote wife beater. So there have been, the booch tonight? Look, you guys, it's the thing. It's Friday. It's cool. You guys all voted for the messy bun, which I appreciate. We're having a chill stream. It's cool. So that's kind of where we are with the Depp case. There is still another Johnny Depp case. There is a case against Amber Heard in Virginia. So when we do you can see the amount of stuff I've been wanting to get to. When we do a catch up, we're going to catch up on the Virginia defamation case from Johnny Depp suing Amber Heard. We will also catch up on the Sun UK case once we see if there is a appeal granted. It looks like the judge is asking for a date to argue whether there should be an appeal. So the court has said, yes, you can come to court to tell us why you think you should have an appeal. This is a good first step for Johnny Depp's side, because they could have said, nah, we're not granting you an appeal. We're not granting you a hearing for appeal. There's no reason. We done. But they're going to hear the issue about whether he gets an appeal or not. And that should be sometime in March. So next month, we will know if Johnny Depp's team is going to get an appeal, and then if they will be able to argue for a retrial. So we'll see what happens in March with that case. Okay. We're 26 minutes in, and we're moving on to topic number 3. Item number 3. Topic number 3. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is in a lawsuit over her album Evermore. So I'm just going to say, every time I say Evermore, and every time I look at the name of Evermore, because the suit is over Evermore, all I can think of is Evermoist from Pitch Perfect, and I can't get it out of my head. I cannot. It's like, hi, we are Evermoist. It is stuck in my brain. I cannot. If you've seen Pitch Perfect, you know what I'm talking about. Hopefully you feel me. I can't get it. Every time I say Evermore, it's like, hi, we're Evermoist. I just, you know what I'm talking about. I can't. Anyway, there is a trademark infringement lawsuit going on with T Swift and a theme park named Evermore. I'm going to just pull up the documents as I give you the brief going over of this. This is the logoing for Evermore. No, I'm not doing a deep dive. I want to get to questions. I will do a deep dive on this soon, but this is over trademarks regarding Taylor Swift's album versus this theme park in Utah that sells Evermore merch. They've got all the photos in their lawsuit. They have music that seems to be in the fantasy / Ren Fair genre. I that's what I'm getting. It is like fantasy, immersive fantasy, whatever. I don't know. It's an E carved onto a tree. They're not the Keebler elves. It has that Ren Fair feeling to me. No shade, no judgment. That's just what it feels like. Ren Fair is awesome. So look, there's a tent. Ha! This is why it has a Ren Fair vibe for me, because accurate. So this is the type of merch they sell. They are arguing that their trademarks are being infringed upon. They are arguing that Taylor Swift is also selling things that compete, that they have these in-park exclusive items. Look, there's dragon eggs. They have dragon eggs. Dragon eggs are going to come up in a minute. They have exclusive merchandise at the park, that there's going to be brand confusion, that people might think because Evermore, Taylor Swift's album, is a play on fantasy, so therefore her fans are going to be confused that it is in competition with this park. And I'm just kind of scrolling through the complaint so you can see the things that they highlighted, because I'm a visual learner. But essentially, they are saying that they don't love that she is selling Evermore merch because they have a trademark for Evermore in the clothing space. What I'm not seeing is a shirt on it that says Evermore. anywhere. Yeah, I'm not seeing that anywhere. They also included the cease and desist they sent and the responses to the cease and desist. Taylor Swift's team was like, yeah, boo, no, what we're not going to do is adhere to your cease and desist. So because we always like a prayer for relief, this is what it looks like. Here's an example. This is what it looks like when someone sues for monetary damages. So when everybody says that the Tati Westbrook lawsuits are $5 million lawsuits, no, that's not what they ask for. That's not what they ask for. There are no prayers for relief for monetary damages in those cases. So now we have a case where there is a monetary prayer for relief, and this is what it looks like. And then we're gonna back up and talk about the trademark stuff. This is what they're asking for: that defendants, Taylor Swift, be enjoined from using Evermore, from using any of the Evermore trademarks, or other deceptive or unfairly competitive. And I think that's the heart of the whole thing, is that they're mad that Taylor Swift has way more attention to the Evermore name than their theme park, but that's to the side. They want her to not be able to use Evermore, the Evermore trademarks, or anything that is unfairly competitive with them. That the plaintiff, the theme park, be awarded statutory damages in the amount of $2 million per counterfeit trademark per type of goods or services sold, offered for sale, or distributed. They're asking for $2 million. It's a set sum of money. They're asking for $2 million per counterfeit mark for each type of goods sold or offered for sale. So $2 million for a sweatshirt, $2 million for a hat, $2 million for a beanie, $2 million for an album, $2 million for each thing. Alternatively, that plaintiffs be awarded an equitable amount, that means a fair amount, of an accounting for and disgorgement, love a good disgorgement of all revenues or profits wrongfully derived by defendants from their infringement of the Evermore trademark. Disgorgement means clawing back the money, like, hey, you infringed on our trademark, you made a fuck ton of cash, thanks. Go ahead and give that back now. No, yeah, that's mine. No, my sweatshirt with a dragon is the same as your album. Pay me. Yeah, no, all the profits. No, yeah, all the profits. Yeah, thanks. Oh, well, wait. No, okay, you don't agree. Cool. That's why we're all here. Alternatively, that plaintiffs be awarded the equitable remedy of an accounting for and disgorgement. We said disgorgement. I just wanted to say disgorgement again. As I've been getting ready to film the Ringo case, I might have to see if I can work disgorgement into my conversations of that case. The plaintiff be awarded costs. Yeah, pay us for our lawyers' fees. Alternatively, plaintiff be awarded its cost and fees incurred with this action under this other code section. The plaintiff be awarded such further relief as the court sees fit. So this is Jared L. Cherry. Hello, Mr. Cherry. Thank you for at least having an entertaining name. We appreciate it. So in this suit, they come in hot. We're going to scroll for a minute. They come in hot with this, talking about why the park is so deeply meaningful to them. And there are declarations filed with this. There are exhibits filed with this. I will get to those in a deep dive. But I wanted to share what the CEO said about this. First of all, Evermore has invested $37 million into the creation and promotion of the park. If you all have been to the park, I need to know. I need to know about it. Tell me all the things. Tell me all the things. Tell me all the things. I want to know. Because this lawsuit's actually working as advertising for me for the park, which might be their entire point, because now I'm curious. But also pandemic, the theme park, I don't know, is probably closed still. I don't know what the lockdowns are in Utah, but I know Disneyland hasn't been opened for like almost a year, and it makes me sad in my heart. Either way, moving on. That much of the investment came from Ken Brettschneider. That feels like a first name mixed with a last name, but okay, Ken Brettschneider, Evermore's CEO, for whom Evermore has been a lifelong dream. It was his dream. It was Brett Schneider's dream to have Evermore Park. And Brett Schneider explained, as a child, I always felt escapism was a really important thing. Isn't that like a central function of being a child? That you escape into other worlds, music, movies, friend groups, fantasy, hopefully not boys that are emotionally unavailable. Am I speaking from experience? Maybe just a little bit. Anyway, he says, I grew up in a rough situation with a very abusive father. Can we see the way we're laying into it in this complaint? This is his life story in a legal complaint over trademarks regarding a Taylor Swift album. But okay, Mr. Brett Schneider. But I had the wonderful opportunity of being around other people who were mostly artists. I feel like he hung with the theater kids, and that was a good thing for him. We loved the theater kids. They helped me escape out of my negative world and embrace a positive one. I imagine some would argue that that's what Taylor Swift's music does for them. I know sometimes it does for me, but I lean towards like angry Taylor. Like, look at what you made me do, Taylor. Like, you need to calm down, Taylor. Like, I dig it. That really meant a lot to me and set an important tone through my entire life. And then he talks about growing up in Utah. He talks about hosting Halloween events, and that the Halloween events became such a thing, it turned into a theme park. And that the LA Times called it the future of theme parks. The future. It's the future of theme parks. I love that that's what the LA Times called it. And in 2019, Time magazine named it one of the world's coolest places. I'm dying to know your experience with Evermore Park. But does that mean that people are going to confuse Evermark's trademarks with Taylor Swift? Mm-hmm. These are their trademarks. These are word marks right here with their registration numbers and dates. Word mark, stylized word mark, and word mark. These give the different classes in trademarks. This is not a lesson on trademarks, hashtag not legal advice. But in trademarks, you have to trademark per class. So you can't just like own a word for all the things. You have to own it for a thing. Like you can own the word Apple in computing and personal devices, but you can't own the word Apple in like selling food because it's the name of a thing. You can't be like, no one else can call their apples apples. It's the name of the actual food, but no one else can call their handheld telephone, web surfer, music player. It's a phone. It's a web device. It's a music device. You can't call those things Apple because that is properly trademarked. So with trademarks, you have to do it by category of thing. So that's what we're seeing with all these categories. That it is in class 25, coats, dresses, hats, jackets. Class 41, Halloween themed park services. Again, the stylized mark in class 35, coats, dresses, hats, jackets. Class 41, amusement parks, and class 41, entertainment services in the nature of live, visual, and audio performances by an actor. Note it doesn't say singer. It says actor. Entertainment services in the nature of augmented reality attractions and providing theme park services. All of this is very clearly themed for them. So the question is this going to be confused with what Taylor Swift is doing? Is anyone going to go to Evermore Park and think they're going to a Taylor Swift concert and be like, fuck, I thought this was a Taylor Swift concert. It says Evermore and her album's called Evermore. I'm confused. Or I have bought this. Hold on. Let's pull up the Dragon Eggs again. I wonder if HBO has the exclusive right. Who's got the rights on Dragon Eggs merch? Anyway, I wonder if somebody's going to go buy one of these park exclusive items and go, damn it, I thought that these were Taylor Swift merch. Is that confusing to you? Do we have any Swifties in the group? Swifties. Do any of you think that these are Tay-Tays? Anyone? I'll wait. Anyone? Because I feel like the answer is no. And that's the thing with trademarks. Is it going to be confusing to the audience? You can imagine how Taylor Swift's team feels about it. Taylor Swift's team has said in response, okay, so they put the cease and desist letters in here and then the responses to the cease and desist as exhibits. It's like at least an hour-long video of me going through this lawsuit. If you want it, I will bring it to you because there's lawyer sass and dragons. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready for lawyer sass, the Ren Fair, and dragons. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Are you ready for it? I didn't even mean that to happen. It just did. I love that song. Okay, we're moving on. Dun, dun, dun. Are you ready? Okay. Baby, let the games begin. It's going to be stuck in my head. I'm sorry. Taylor Swift's legal team said, put simply, the Swift parties, this is a response to a cease and desist. Put simply, the Swift parties have not infringed your client's trademark, and it is inconceivable that there is any likelihood of confusion between your client's theme park and related products and Miss Swift's music and related products. This is very much like Holo Taco and Taco Bell. It's like, does anyone really think this nail polish is a product of Taco Bell or vice versa? Another day we'll talk about that. So the lawyers for Swift then went on to say that Swift's customers are sophisticated and will take pains to make sure that any merchandise they buy is directly related to her brand. As you know, Miss Swift has a large and extremely dedicated fan base. Yes, the Swifties are a dedicated group. You might call them fanatical fans. I feel like that's a dad joke. Anyway, Miss Swift is also highly recognizable. The commercial value of an item related to Swift is distinct and easily recognizable, right? She's Taylor Swift. People know the fuck it's her. They're not worried that your theme park is her. And they don't think that they're buying her album and it's connected to your theme park in Utah. They go on to say, you can rest assured. Sit down. That's the lawyer. Sit down. You can rest assured that customers seeking merchandise related to Swift rather than your client's theme park will ensure that they select the correct items. No one is going to wander over to your website and go, oh, Taylor Swift is now selling dragon eggs. My bad. I am so excited. Get me those Swiftie dragon eggs. Though, well, if she did it, actually might be trademark infringement if it was under the Evermore name. But if she did it under her own name, maybe not. And that would be kind of funny. But I don't think she's that petty. I might be. I don't think she is. They go on to say, and importantly, Miss Swift's website does not sell small dragon eggs, guild patches, or small dragon mounts, and nothing could be remotely characterized as such. Again, don't worry. Our fans know that your theme park and our album are different things. The fact is, they went on to say, this frivolous claim is coming from Ken Bretschneider. And here's what the PR team, I think, told Rolling Stone. That this is a frivolous claim coming from Kent Bretschneider, founder and CEO of an experience park that, according to Utah Business, quote, as of June 2020, at least 5 lawsuits have been filed against Bretschneider and the Evermore Group by major construction companies. And then it names all the construction companies. And then those companies, the construction companies, claim that they are owed between $28,000 and $400,000 by Evermore and Bretschneider. That he owes millions of dollars in construction, mechanical, and landscaping fees to workers across the valley who have not yet been paid, with a collection of more than 20 construction liens on the Evermore property. The true intent of the lawsuit is obvious. That's what Swift's team told Rolling Stone. So Swift's team is saying, this is ridiculous, and you're broke, and that's why we're being sued. They say this is trademark confusion. I think the likelihood of confusion here is probably low. Do they have an argument with regard to the fact that Evermore is connected with, in one category, connected with entertainment services? I think entertainment services in the nature of live visual and audio performances by an actor might not get you there, because it's clear that Swift is performing under Swift's name, not under Evermore. Evermore is just the title of the album. So it will be very interesting to me to see how this progresses. And if you guys want a full breakdown of the lawsuit, the shade, the cease and desist, the lawyer responses, and all the back and forth, let me know and I'll do it. Tonight was a night to cover those 3 topics. Three. Real quick, answer questions and then move on to court of public opinion because it's Friday. It's time to hang out. We're not diving into any brand new topics like deep diving. We're floating around. It looks like why am I'm getting notices that it is having trouble connecting. Give me 1 second. So my internet decided to peace out real quick. So that's cute. Thanks, internet. Jeez, that's Friday. That's Friday. And hopefully we're back. So if we're back, we're hopefully back. We're hopefully back. So let's jump into questions from the chat. Thank you, chat, for all your questions. Can you guys let me know how many likes are on this? Because we have like over 3,600 law nerds in here, and I would love to know. It is inconceivable. It is inconceivable. Casey, me too. That is a great question. No, they don't necessarily trademark everything, and there are already trademarks in competing classes. I did not pull the Taylor Swift trademarks to see. Thank you guys. I think with over 3,600 people in here, we could definitely smash past. We could definitely smash past that. So let me pull up Swift's website. I'm curious what her merch is. Didn't the park invoke the album to promote itself in tweets? I think I heard something about that from Philly D. Yes, they did. And that is in the responses here, that they were using the album to promote themselves. So they didn't first say that's infringing. They first said, oh, that's marketing. And then they went to, oh, wait, that's infringing. So yeah, they absolutely did do that. I'm going to pull up Taylor Swift's website because now I'm curious. Because I want to see what her merch looks like. And yes, every time I say inconceivable, all I can think of is the Princess Bride. It's funny to me because this theme park in their expenses lists that it cost them $300,000 to get evermore.com as their website. And they also spent like on ends hundreds of thousands of dollars to promote the park and advertise the park. And then they went through this. So anyway, let's pull up Taylor Swift's website. I want to see what her merch is because I suspect, oh, I have to redo the sharing because I got kicked out. I suspect that she doesn't have merch that actually says Evermore because that is in their trademark class. So let's see what her merch says. Let's see what we got on merch. So this has lots of Swiftie merch, this looks like a lyric shirt. Never seen a love as pure as it. That looks cozy. I'm just for by the way of commentary. That looks cozy. This looks like art from folklore. Let's get into this. All looks like folklore. Let's get into this. Looks like the merch from Evermore. Notice that none of it says Evermore. Why does none of it say Evermore? Well, they have Evermore trademarked in the category of clothing, but I mean, Swift can sell her own image. She can sell her own lyrics. She can sell a vibe. And this is a vibe, but this does not say Evermore. So they're not going to get this on the merch because none of this merch infringes on that. Oh, that's cute. Damn it, Emily, don't shop. You're on a live stream. But come on, that's cute. It's okay. Stop it. We're on a live. We're live. We're talking about trademarks. We're not shopping for merch. That looks like a lithograph, right? So they're arguing partly that the vibe is the same. Okay. That's not going to fly either. So yeah, none of this Evermore merch says Evermore. This is all alluding to the album, but none of this is under the album's name. This looks like lyrics and I can't see this very well because the light is in my face so that I have light so that y'all can see me, but I can't always see. Damn it. Why is this website challenging? It says what? I can't stop you putting roots in my dreamland, I think is what it says, with a bough of ivy. Okay, none of that says Evermore. And Evermore has their name. They've got their name, but none of this infringes on the name. So then the only argument really is, oh, here's the $300,000 for the domain. All of that's going to be like, hey, it's hurting our web traffic, but also if it's really hurting their web traffic, then why did they use it to promote? And also there's not substantial likelihood of confusion. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. Motion to call frivolous lawsuits involving large sums of money. Pay my bills because we're broke. We'll see. I mean, that is the question. How many Michaels in the Tati case? 2. But I swear that the court called Washington counsel Michael, or maybe it's just in my brain, but there's 2. Plaintiff's attorney Michael Saltsy, and defense attorney Michael Brown Sus. Please go over the Taylor Swift case. Okay, I will note it down for a deep dive because I love it. I love a good trademark case. I think it's also a good way to actually teach about what trademarks do and don't cover through a trademark case where you're like, okay, here's what they're saying, here's what this is, and here's the differences that I see. I'm trying not to make fun of this one, but substantial likelihood of confusion between an album and a theme park is rough. And Taylor Swift's lawyers point out, by the way, there are other theme parks in other states called Evermore, and you haven't gone after them, which in trademarks matters. You have to defend your trademarks. And if they're not defending it against others, then why? Why now? Why this trademark? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because it's Taylor fucking Swift, and the assumption is that she's got cash. But if she's got cash, I guarantee you, Taylor Tay is going to spend that money on her lawyers going, no. So anyway, Evermore, not Paramore, not Evermoist, Evermore. All right. Yes, I know, Pam, my tech gremlins did return. Look, y'all, we're just going to patiently get through Mercury retrograde together. Can we get a petition for Taylor Swift to just buy Evermore? I don't know if she'd want it. It seems like the company has substantial liabilities and maybe is not what she would want to invest in. Also, theme parks are high liability. Like, I don't know if I'd want to take on that liability for sure. So let me try to get to questions. You guys go ahead and ask them up. Thank you, Allie. Yes. Question. And you guys are great. I'm just catching up to where I disappeared, and we're going to catch up in the chat, and that's what we're going to do. Yes, we talked about that. Yes, they did. All right, we're going to do a deep dive on that. Maybe I'll just do that for Wednesday. Oh, yay. Thanks, you guys, for the likes. I'm ready for Taylor Swift Dragon merch. Like, I'm ready for it. Also, you can tell when the booch has a little bit of vodka in it because I have no chill and my face gets we just start to turn pink. So full lawyer sass and dragon eggs. Okay, perfect. I really, really love a sassy lawsuit. I'm not going to lie. And I just love something that we can talk about. I don't mean to say it's silly because but a trademark suit that is probably not going to get very far, that involves dragon merch and Taylor Swift, can be silly, and I'm here for it. So let me get to your questions. Oh my God, you're telling me my dragon egg isn't legit, Tay. So sorry. So sorry. I get it. They're trying to be like Disneyland. Swift's t-shirts water their brand down, but newsflash, they're not Disneyland. And I don't think Swift's t-shirts do water their brand down. None of it says Evermore. I think Swift took up the Google search traffic and they're salty about it. But That's my initial speculation. We'll read what they say and see if there's anything where I'm like, that might be an interesting argument, but we'll save that for the deep dive. We answered that. Now I'm caught up. I feel like I'm caught up on the chat. Sorry if I missed anybody in the chat. Sorry if I missed any super chats in the chat. Okay, It's Thumper said, I heard her call Washington lawyer Michael too. See, it wasn't just me. The judge was like, there's too many Michaels. Everyone's named Michael unless you're not Michael. And that would only probably be Alana Levine. It's like, gentlemen, you're all now Michael to keep it easy. That's exactly what Taylor Swift's lawyers are saying it is. Taylor Swift's lawyers are saying, convenient that you used us for marketing. And now after a pandemic, when your theme park's been shut and there's all these lawsuits against you, now you want to sue us for trademark infringement. Cute, but we're not going to play. And Taylor's dropped, 2 albums during quarantine that have both done really well. So that's what it is. All right. There's a band called Evermore as well. Not Paramore, but Evermore. I want to see. Hold on. Let's just Google Evermore and see what comes up. And then I'm going to get back to questions. Let's see where we are with it. See, she jumped the search and that's why they're salty. There, Evermore Park pays for the top search. So they are still paying. They are still paying to be here at the top of the search traffic. Fine. They are paying to be here. Then we've got the lawsuit. I wonder if the lawsuit bumped them back up in search. I bet you it did. I bet it bumped it back up in search. And then we've got the wiki entry, the music videos, of course. None of this is stuff that Taylor Swift is paying for. So Taylor Swift has the entire first page except for the paid ad placement at the top. So she's got the whole first page. This is probably why they're salty. This is dictionary.com, Taylor Swift. She's got the second page. There we go. Oh, nope, Taylor Swift. That's still about the lawsuit. And this is all about the lawsuit. So, and then we've got bereavement care. I don't see another band, but that's probably why they're salty, because they got bumped down in search, which is not necessarily illegal because it's an album. If you're looking for Evermore theme park, I bet you would just find the theme park. Look, this is their paid spot, and then this is their lawsuit, and then this is more about their theme park, and then this is the lawsuit, and then that's the theme park. So if you search for Evermore theme park, you're still going to find their theme park. Evermore band. Let's Google with Emily. We're gonna have a googly noodly. Wiki wand. Okay, wiki wand. Let's do it. Evermore band. Evermore are a band from Fielding, New Zealand, based now in Melbourne, Australia. The band consists of the brothers John, Peter, and Dan with 2 N's. Go Dan with 2 N's. Way to be sassy. Albums in 2004, 2006, 2009. Okay. All right, Evermore. Get it. Look, we've all learned something new. Ashley, is this the right Evermore? Did I pull the right band? Because I just think of Evermoist and Paramore, but also I'm a child and Evermoist always makes me laugh. Octopus, Octo Nation, working on your 8 arms. Of course, you're up at the gym. You're always up at the gym on Friday. So I can't wait to go to Dollywood. I'm very excited for that to happen. Yes, we are doing Court of Public Opinion tonight. We always kind of do it towards the end of the show before I bounce out. So I'm going to do questions and then Court of Public Opinion. Is the Taylor Swift lawsuit filed in California? Fantastic question. No, it's filed in the federal court in Utah. So it is a federal case out of Utah where they are alleging diversity jurisdiction, and we'll see if Taylor Swift's group fights jurisdiction. But for Taylor Swift, it'd be really, really hard because she does sell music in every state and her attorneys might not even bother fucking with it. Alyssus, I hope I pronounced that right. Can we talk about the apps and platforms talking about arbitration clauses in their terms of service? I'm not sure what's going on. I'm ready to delete everything. I have content about it when I talked about the new Facebook terms of use and the new Instagram terms of use, but yes, we can circle back around on it. Everyone's adding it now from Uber to everyone else. It's going to get challenged in court. I'm interested to see what happens. Any Rex for a person who doesn't understand law to read up on Depp versus Heard? Yes, I have a breakdown of the ruling only, but there is an Australian lawyer. Let me pull up her channel. There's an Australian lawyer here on YouTube who is kind of team Depp, but has very, very much covered this. And I want to make sure I get her channel right we're just talking about it. Let me find her channel real quick. She is the lawyer I've seen cover it the most. And then when I do a deep dive on it, okay, Lost Beyond Pluto is her channel. So let me pull this up and I'll put a link. So Lost Beyond Pluto has a lot of coverage of this case, which is fantastic. She is an attorney. She's an Australian attorney, and she does breakdowns on this, more brief than me, which is fantastic. So you can go to her. I think she has a playlist on it. Probably somewhere. She's got to have a playlist on it. Yeah. Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. And then I think this includes the Sun videos too. So she has a whole bunch of content on this. For reading about it, I have found that there are a number of publications that also do a really good job breaking it down. So we should just have Lost Beyond Pluto on and talk about this case. I'm making a note for the record. Not that it would be easy, but we'll figure it out. But she does a lot of content on it, and there are a lot of news publications and online publications that have breakdowns of that case. The law behind the case is really, really simple. The law in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case is, hey, Sun UK, you called Johnny Depp a wife beater. Johnny Depp says that's not true. The Sun UK says, but it is true. And then they had a trial, and the Sun UK got to present evidence that they believed it was true. So they had a reasonable likelihood that it was true. And I break all of that down in my video on it, which we're going to go pull it up real quick. I'll throw a link in there for that too. Where's my channel? Go to my channel, your channel. Don't accidentally pull up your analytics, Emily. That would be embarrassing. We don't all need to see that. I have it. Where is it? Can I search my channel? Can I search my channel? I don't know if I can. Let me find it. We're just Googling now. Now we're just Googling, but I don't, there is, it's in here somewhere. It has his face on it. Here. This one 2 months ago. Let's just pull that up, and I'll put it in the chat too, so you guys have it. So that's a breakdown just of the ruling that kind of gets you the background of the ruling in that case. Hopefully that helps. Now it's in the chat and you can all find it. It was also a podcast episode. So if you listen to the podcast, it was on there for sure. Will I talk about the Girardis being burglarized? Yes. Probably on Tuesday, because I'm also seeing reports that they've been evicted, and I'm very curious, and I want to see if the court takes it up. So yes, I will. Yes, I will. Just not yet. It's on my radar. Yes, glitter and combat boots. That's exactly it. As though this man invented dragon vibes. That's exactly right. So yeah, it's fair. Gracie Jones says, living in Utah, I have heard good things about the park, but have not been there. Shame they are doing this. If it's a legit thing, if they're like, this legitimately infringes our trademark, you have to stand up for your trademarks. I totally get that. Part of having a trademark is you're required to defend them. So we will parse it out and see if there's something there, if there's any meat to this lawsuit. But I'm interested to hear about the park. I really, really want to hear if people enjoy it or not, because it seems like it's pretty cool from all of the, I dig it. I like some dragon shit. It's cool. I don't know. It just, if they used it as marketing and then are turning back around and going, oh wait, no, it doesn't sit super right with me. So, Heather Marie, sorry, my lips are getting sticky. We need more gloss. Do you foresee Salty going to the court about KJ deleting another video after she showed her email and it had evidence about people from Washington and hacked emails? I don't know. I I don't know. It's possible. There's a lot that can come up to the court. The court's annoyed. The court was clear that they were annoyed. If it were me, and again, I'm a different attorney, just me. If it were me, I would wait till the court ruled on jurisdiction before doing anything else. And then I would bring all of it up. It also depends what I knew. So if I had forensics back, depending on what it showed, I think I would bring all of that together. So that's what it is. Are you any closer to finding the source of the threats hacks? Do you think they're from the same hired people that Salty found? So with regard to that, because it's ongoing, I'm not going to talk about it a ton, which I know is frustrating for me as well. But yes, it is from the same origin. So there were a group that was targeted, but yes, from the same origin. So will you deep dive the Girardi lawsuits? Yeah. I have a number of videos on the Girardi lawsuits, and I will continue to do that because I'm breaking them down into different aspects. And it is my goal to also not just do the different aspects, but to do a case brief on it. You guys really seemed to find the case brief I did on the KJ Tati Westbrook case helpful. But there are so many lawsuits in the Girardis. I've been trying to take them piece by piece. So I talked about the federal suit twice. I've talked about the bankruptcy. I'm going to do a deep dive on Porter Ranch, and then time depending, I will deep dive some of the other tangential cases. I want to get to those back cases, and I haven't been able to yet. So I'm going to look for questions. Emily Baker, I know you recommended headphones, but while my 11-year-old daughter finished some schoolwork, we were listening to you. She wants to be a lawyer. That's fantastic. Hello. My oldest listens to me without headphones too. Look, I only suggest it because I feel like it's a fair warning because I do say the things, but also not all families give a shit about the cursey words. Some people are like, you earn your cursey words at 18. So I'm over 18. I can say the cursey words. It doesn't mean that you can. That is in my house. That is one of the do as I say, not as I do, because I tell my kids that they earn the right to their cursey words at 18. Samantha, thank you so much. I adore Peter. Same, Phoenix, same. Question, do you think that this suit is about trying to be noticeable like Disneyland? That's a stretch, or driven by money? I don't know yet, but when I do a deep dive, I'll tell you. The fact that they've used it as a marketing ploy already, like used the album as a like cheeky marketing stuff already, makes me wonder how actually worried they are about brand confusion, because it's like, is it really brand confusion? Like, the Swift lawyers make a good point that Taylor Swift is highly recognizable and her audience tends to pay very close attention to the things that she does. So we'll see. They think it's about money. It really might be them saying, I have to justify it and protect my trademarks. It's possible. So we'll deep dive it. Yes, that is exactly what the Swift team said. What the Swift team says is what we're not going to do is try to pretend that Taylor Swift's audience is confused about your dragon eggs. That's exactly what they said. Yes, we do need sass and fun, and we need something lighthearted. It's also why I shared Twins, the New Trend earlier, because it is lighthearted and fun. Happy birthday, Amanda. Thank you, chat, for shouting out Amanda's birthday, because I missed that but was able to see you. Does the album actually say Evermore? It's just a photo of her. It's the name of the album, but the album art is just a photo of her. So it's titled Evermore, but I don't even think we're back to the Googling. Because I think it's just a photo of her. And that's the title in let's see. That's the title in iTunes and what have you, the album title, but I don't know. Let's go to taylorswift.com and see. I haven't done a deep dive. I haven't listened to the album yet. I'm sorry. I need to. I feel like that's part of my necessary research. Like, this is how you justify things like Amazon being or Apple iTunes being a necessary part of a work expense, because I have to investigate this album so that I can give a thorough opinion. Let's see. it doesn't even say, and it does say Evermore album. So if you go to Apple Music, it's going to say, oh, Napster's still around? I had no idea. Fascinating. But yeah, it doesn't, it's just the name. Like, it's literally just the name. And you can go to merch. We already looked through the merch. The merch is not, none of it says Evermore. So it'll be very, very interesting. I mean, it's clear that it says it on the back. The back says Evermore. That's it. We're gonna let you lawsuit along at home with this one too. I'm gonna do a breakdown, and we're gonna lawsuit along at home. So, is a vodka glow the same as a gin blossom? I'm gonna go with yes. Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes. And then I was refraining from singing the gin blossoms. Oh, can we touch on Taco Bell Holo Taco real quick? No, because I am not, because I don't want to get it backwards, and because I haven't looked at it recently. But on Simply Nailogical's YouTube channel, she talks about her nail polish and the Taco Bell thing. I would have to go back. What are the consequences of the FBI criminal complaint for the Capitol riots that included a photoshopped picture? Thought it was hysterical. I have not even looked at it yet, but if the evidence isn't true, then there can, well, A, it can get thrown out and it can throw out the complaint, but B, they can just remove that part. If that was the basis of probable cause, then it can put in that probable cause in question, and then they would have to redo it. But I would have to look at it more deeply to give a full and thorough answer, because today was all pop culture for me. Lizzold says, just my personal opinion, but it seems like the original wanted the theme park to be called Nevermore, loosely inspired by MJ, and that was trademarked, so they used Evermore instead. It's possible. It's possible. We're going to have to talk about it. I enjoy her creation. Look, you all, would I say that I'm a YouTube nerd? I fucking love YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. I follow a lot of different YouTubers. I enjoy Simply Nailogical's videos. I find them relaxing. I find her personality to be fun. I also really enjoy, I mean, there's a lot of creators that I enjoy. I don't enjoy the like the bro prank channels, like the extreme channels, like the Logan and the Jake Pauls, like the content that's clearly geared at like 13-year-olds is not my jam. But I do like Simply Nailogical. I like Sophia Nygaard. I watch a lot of YouTube. I like YouTube. Yes, we can circle back on the Britney Spears conservatorship. Yes, Britney is fighting back. There is a court date coming up, and we will circle back on it. So, motion to continue saying Shia LaBeouf. I'm dead. But seriously, LaBeouf is where it's at. Yes. Where's LaBeouf? I mean, where is LaBeouf? Have we seen him in public since the lawsuit was filed? We'll circle back on that one. There is so much that we're covering. Can you explain what was thrown out in the VA Depp Heard case? I saw something about a lot of Heard's counterclaims being thrown out. Yes, I will do a dive on that. No, not tonight. But when we do the next Johnny Depp dive, I'm going to talk about both cases together. Favorite place to eat in LA? It depends on the type of place, but Kura sushi is one of my favorite, and it is not bougie, but it is conveyor belt sushi. It's delicious, and it is so much fun. It entertains me every time. My kids like it. I love Kura sushi, so that is one of my restaurants that I'm missing. I also really miss, what else do I miss? There is places in the South Bay, like Gringo, that I miss because it was one of our regular Mexican restaurants that we really enjoyed. What else? We don't do a lot of bougie food. We're pretty basic. Like, we like Fleming's for a good steak, which is kind of bougie, like a celebratory, but we also really like the Fleming's happy hour. True story, their happy hour is fantastic. They do a baked brie. It's so good. I'm gonna tangent. Also, beef tartare, delicious. But those are kind of top three that came to top of mind. So court shenanigans. True story. Melissa, a question. Are there some videos out there about the PPP loans for YouTubers and how it may have been abused? Any thoughts? I have not seen videos about YouTubers abusing the PPP loans. The thing with the PPP loans is that you had to have employees. So there are people who did not necessarily do it correctly, but it's not just YouTubers. There was a lot of fraud in the PPP. Who could have imagined? If you go back to my podcasts about the PPP program, and for everybody who's like, what the fuck are you talking about? The payroll protection program was implemented early on in COVID to help businesses cover payroll, to essentially keep businesses employing people instead of putting those people onto unemployment. They were trying to stop the flood of people onto unemployment that was backlogging the unemployment system. So the PPP program was intended to keep people on payroll. So not all businesses were set up for payroll properly. Some businesses still did it. But the program was also run. It wasn't super clear. So I think there's a lot of things in that program that some might call abuse, and some of it was gray zone that a lot of businesses did. And that is gray zone because the program was not well written. It was done very fast, and there was definitely room for abuse and for gray zone, but it had to have payroll. And so then they expanded it in certain ways, depending on the type of business you were. And I think that there are probably, without knowing specifically the situation, there are probably YouTubers who were like, well, it is my business. My business could change. I might not be able to pay my editor or my overhead. I could have things that I've already paid for. I mean, it just depends. But if you want to send me a link to specific content, I will definitely look at it and comment on it. I love comments. Yes, this is what's coming next. Will Johnny Depp get justice in the US case? I don't know yet. We will see. I think he has a better time in the US case, but I also think that the statements heard made, and I'll do a breakdown on this, the statements heard made are not as inflammatory as the statements that the Sun made. So we will see. I think the US case has a better shot. Question, are there any updates to finding out who we talked about that. Question, does the court shut the fuck up order apply to the parties? Yes. The court is not ordering anything. The court declined to order. The court strongly suggested, and I think that will allow it to be brought up again. If the court's strong suggestion is not adhered to, it will come back up. I think everyone will wait until jurisdiction's decided. Question, has one hoodie that says Ever and Evermore. Is that an infringement? That is going to be their strongest argument, is that there is one that says Ever and Evermore. Excuse me. But we will see, because what I didn't see, and again, this is why I'm going to be doing a deep dive, but what I didn't see in this is they didn't specify. So they say sweaters, they say shirts, they say coats, they say dresses. They say coats, dresses, hats, jackets, pants, shorts, socks, sweaters. It doesn't say sweatshirts. So that's why we're going to do a deep dive and talk about some of those, I don't want to say nitpicky, but some of those more in-depth details of this, because possibly with regard to some particularized little areas, but then again, is it likelihood of confusion? Probably not. So we will see. Would you need to file a trademark under music to have a strong case? Even then, it's like you've got books of different titles and there's no confusion. Even then, it might be hard. So even then, it might be hard, truthfully. So we're going to have to take a look at it. Let me catch back up in the chat. It just jumped for me. And I saw you guys asking about Zoom. It will be up tomorrow morning with all the Zoom information for our call tomorrow night. Can you please do merch with your 3 y'alls? Yes, we can do a escalated y'all for sure. Leonard's meet up at Evermore after COVID. It depends on how salty we are with their lawsuit. Question: did you see the Terrell reading that Caroline did on the? I'm guessing that's a tarot reading. It was very interesting and very good. Love both your content. I have not yet. I know she tagged me in it on Twitter, and it is on my list of stuff to watch later today. For me on YouTube, I spend quite a bit of time researching and getting ready for not just these shows, but for next week's podcast. Because I am dyslexic, I am not the world's fastest reader, especially if I want to retain information. So prepping for stuff does take me a bit of time. So I have not gotten to catch up a lot. I also had a members only live and some tech issues yesterday. So I have been swamped. And then today, I actually ended up hosting, I didn't mean to, I ended up half moderating a room in Octo, cover your ears. NJ, you too. I popped into a room on Clubhouse with Sean Cannell and Benji Travis and a few other YouTubers just to pop in, say hello, lend support, and then ended up in there. It just sucked me right in. Ended up talking about the business of YouTube. Christine Snaps popped into the room for a little bit. Who else? There were a lot of YouTubers. Viper popped in for a little bit. Renee Ritchie popped in. So there was definitely some business of YouTube discussion, and it was fun. But it also, I was like, damn it. I did not mean to be in here for an hour. Shit. But it was fun. It was fun getting to talk to YouTubers about the business of YouTube and getting to share about this channel and its growth and the background before it. Question, retired teacher here. How are you and your lovely children handling learning during COVID? That is a fantastic and thoughtful question. Thank you, Jane. It is interesting, but we're also in Tennessee, and Tennessee goes county by county on stuff being opened or closed. So we've been at school for my youngest in elementary the entire year. He has not been closed a day. Even on asynchronous days, he has extra school support. So even on asynchronous days, he has half days with his support team. He's had much more support than we had in California. And that's no shade to the school we were at in California. We were at a fantastic school with a principal who I love. There just isn't as much funding in schools, and there are way more students. So the amount of support we've had here has been good. My oldest, the junior high, has had some closed days and open days. He is pretty flexible when it comes to tech. And so he has enjoyed it. He has gotten to do theater this year. So he's enjoying junior high. He's kind of finding his groove with his dudes and really, really finding his way. But for both of our kids, the move has been a bump for their education. Class sizes being smaller has been a huge bonus for my kids. As a girl from the Bay Area, let me say this with my whole chest. I miss the conveyor belt sushi. Yes, I miss conveyor. Like literally, I know a lot of people get off a plane at LAX. Like they hop off a plane at LAX and they go directly to In-N-Out. I will be going to sushi. I will hop off my plane and go to sushi. But I think there's a Kura in Austin. And I feel like I might get to Austin before I get back to California. So when I hop off the plane at LAX, that's where I'll be going with my dream in a cardigan. Okay, stop it, Emily. Stop it. Question, can you cover Meg? Yes. Yes, I can. It is on my list. We all need to just put good thoughts to the universe that the Tati Westbrook case, like we have to cover it now, but it needs to stop popping off. There is so much else to talk about. So, yes, but yes, I love that question, Private Joker. Thank you. Emily D. Baker, are you proud of me always for telling my also former DA attorney that EDB says facts, not fuckery, and to go hard on our lawsuit? I riled him. I love that. I love that. You were just like, facts, not fuckery. Go. I'm very proud of you. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for what you need and tell people what you need. This is what I need. Go hard. Rile him. Be like, we ride at dawn. Tell Longshanks that Scotland is free. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then, it's almost time for Court of Public Opinion. Question, didn't they trademark Evermore in all caps while Taylor Swift's Evermore is in lowercase? So does that change anything? Not necessarily. So with regard to a stylized mark, it's different, but you can't just use the words in different ways if it's in the same category. So if Taylor Swift was trying to sell a coat that said Evermore, it would probably be difficult because they do have it trademarked in coats, even if it was slightly stylized differently. Those are just basic word marks. So these are just word marks showing that it's this word in this category. This one is the stylized one. It's this word that looks this way in these categories. So they have it both ways. But thank you for asking the question. We will do a deep dive on it and talk a bit about trademarks more. So, I have never watched Drop Dead Diva. I always mean to, and I have not. But I want to. I have meant to. Wasn't the PPP program intended for small business? Yes, it was intended for small business, but the caps were so high that it allowed for larger businesses to get in on that because a lot of large businesses use smaller businesses under their umbrella. And I could talk about that forever, but they have like an umbrella corp and then like little broken up corporations, and they were using it for their little broken up corporations. So the intent and the way it was written were two separate things, which is why it is hard to get legislation passed quickly, but I could talk forever about it. I have 2 podcasts about it, or 3. There might be 3. I got that when I met. I also enjoyed Pedro's in Manhattan Beach. Petros, I'm guessing is what you mean, but yes, that's what I was thinking. Question: can Trisha sue for damages? Ethan, I appreciate your question. Please let me know with regard to what. Are we talking about the Hair by Jay like rant, quote, digital assault? Channel suggestion. Celine Spooky Boo sleepwalking videos. I keep getting clips of these sent to me, like the Reels version of them. I keep getting them. I also love the Kura in downtown LA because that's where I would always, well, there's a lot of conferences down there, but I would always go to the what was it? The Entertainment and Digital Media Law Summit that was down there. And I love walking around that area in downtown LA where it is. So, yay. Question, thoughts? I don't have thoughts yet. I need more information. I don't have all the facts on the Girardi situation. When I have the facts, we will talk about it probably on Tuesday. So I'm going to try to get a few more questions and then we're going to go to court of public opinion. Question, could T-shirt sue for using her song to promote the park? It depends on how it's done, but likely not. Question, didn't they trade? I got that one. See, my chat jumped and then I ended up way up above it. Yes, but the thing with trademarks is if you had a trademark for one word, somebody can't just add the to it and then use the trademark in the same category. And that might be the argument. I love this deeply nerdy reference. Thank you, Alex. Yes, to quote the Raven. Will I be discussing the Marilyn Manson case? I haven't seen a lawsuit filed. I've seen allegations. I have not seen a lawsuit filed. I try to stick to lawsuits. So while I might reference it in the difference of how it's gone down without a lawsuit, I will probably not get into it much. It's just interesting to me that with Marilyn Manson, we saw quite a lot of people come forward. The same with Shia LaBeouf, but not so much with Johnny Depp. To me, it's interesting. So that's where I'm at. There is a Kura in Austin. See? Okay. Next time I'm in Austin, I'm going to Kura. If you go to Kura without me and send me pictures, Octo, I'm going to be mad. They also sell octopus at Kura, so maybe that might not be your spot. I know you don't shame people that eat octopus. I'm just saying sometimes you go to Kura and you see there are tentacles. It is a thing. So, I only asked one question once and let her know that she had an ex-employee of Park in chat. An ex-employee of, I think you're probably talking to somebody else, but if you're asking me, just put question because now I'm curious, Penny. For sure. We got that. Question, has Tom Girardi been found? I have not. I have seen it alluded to that he's had health issues. I have not seen a picture of him or anything. I've not seen anything. So I don't know. I have not seen WandaVision yet. I have been woefully behind on my television because I have been doing this. This has been very, very, very busy, and I have been doing this. So I am behind, unfortunately. It is um it is almost time. We need to go to Fleming's next time. Octo, stop telling people where you live in the chat. They've all seen your Instagram. They know you're adorable. Don't tell the people. All right. We do need to meet up in Austin at some point. In some point. Oh, the broke college girl. This is a fantastic name. Okay. There is a case that I will be covering after dark on this channel next Friday. Next Friday, there will not be a Friday Night Live. I will be celebrating my littlest's birthday. And to do that, I will be offline and celebrating with him because offline time is good family time. So I will be dropping the Ringo video next week. Ringo Starr being Ringo Starr, but there was a company that was selling a ring-shaped adult product that they also called the Ringo. Ringo is not amused. It is another trademark case, and I cannot talk about it without marking the video, like just demonetizing it straight out. and marking it 18 plus. So it's going to be an after dark episode with Emily talking about the Ringo. It'll be fun. I swear. We're going to use this voice the entire time. And we're going to make jokes about the ring-shaped thing. I can't talk about it. I can't. It's going to be like that. The entire video is going to be like that. If you've seen my video on Jeffrey Toobin that YouTube demonetized and marked 18 plus, that's what we're in for. Oh, there's a Kura in Georgia. I'll have to see how close that is. That's very exciting news because Georgia, I go through Georgia. I do that. That's great news. Thank you, Haley. You're absolutely welcome. I really do. I like this format. You guys in the chat, let me know. I like this format of hitting the topics and then getting to questions. I'm finding that it's easier for me to get to the questions because it's always my goal to answer as many questions as I can from Super Chats, channel members, and everybody because I try to keep as much of this content free as I can. There are some perks to channel membership, but I always try to make sure that I get questions answered from a variety of sources. And when I'm in StreamYard, I can't always tell when I pull them up until I pull them up on the screen who's a member and who's not. So I just go through, and when I see question in the front, then I try to get to all of them. Do you plan to stick to civil cases? Would you ever cover criminal cases? I have and do cover criminal cases. It just depends on the criminal case and depends on how many facts I have at hand to break it down. Criminal cases tend to be a little more hot button, but I do cover criminal when I can. Some things are a little too close to what I used to prosecute sometimes for me. And if I can't cover it like objectively and without getting super emotionally invested in it, then I will. Sometimes I cannot. Sometimes I can. You guys are looking up Kuras. I love that. I love that so much. Give them a try. I don't know if they're open during the pandemic, but they have a website. Adulty things is what the Ringo is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Diva Views. Thank you. Questions make it so much easier. Can you cover the Sherelle Worlds versus John Yates Amber lawsuit? I didn't know there was a Sherelle World lawsuit. I will take a look at it and see if I can, because I have a list. You've heard my list of things to cover for sure. I am working on getting happy birthday. I missed whose birthday it was. On getting a form up for you guys to submit topic ideas. I've had to take those down because of what was going on. They were getting flooded with the stuff that was going on Twitter. So that came down for now, but it will be back up soon. So yes. Yes. Yes, the Ringo will be up on Friday next week. Did you know Taylor Swift also had trouble with folklore and the trademark? She handled it differently. I think by donating the money to the woman and taking the off of merch. I didn't know that. And I thank you for bringing that up, Michelle. I will look into that before I cover the other one, because if this is an ongoing issue, I don't love it. Like, if it's an ongoing issue where Taylor's like, oh no, it's different enough, and just is going willy-nilly, then that's kind of a problem. I covered that in the Rachel Hollis trademark lawsuit. There's a podcast episode on that that's not on YouTube. It's just on your favorite podcast player, The Emily Show. But in the Rachel Hollis one, it really felt to me in that Rachel Hollis was like, I'm bigger, so I can just do whatever. And the business owner that owned the trademark was like, cute, I'm getting a lawyer, we're not doing this. So I don't love that. So I will have, if there's a pattern there, that would be troubling to me. The Mister and I will be watching WandaVision after this. You need to get on it. It's amazingly nerdy. I love amazing. Disney Plus is rocking the MCU. They really are. Disney Plus is getting me through this pandemic, to be honest. Well, Disney Plus and YouTube, which my kids have started calling YouTube YouTube, and now it's hard for me to not be like YouTube. And then my oldest has also started being like, when he's being facetious towards me, he's like, yes, queen. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, we're all watching too much YouTube right now when my kids start talking like their favorite YouTubers. Little Red Star, this is a fantastic question. No, you have to trademark it in each category that you need it. And then you have to trademark it internationally if you need it internationally. So a Canadian trademark doesn't cover what's in the US, and a US trademark doesn't cover somebody infringing on it in India. It's a whole thing. It's interesting to me that the park is calling some of Taylor Swift's merchandise counterfeit, because they're saying, well, you used our mark, so it's counterfeit. Like, it's not a fucking Gucci bag being sold on Amazon. Like, it's not a counterfeit good, but I understand their argument. Well, you're saying it's Evermore and we're Evermore. Yo, no. So yes, next Friday is Adulty After Dark time. Ethan, thank you for clarifying. I appreciate that. So I watched the Hair by Jay thing. I have a Instagram live. If you don't follow me on Instagram, come follow me on Instagram, because I'm petty and I like having Instagram follow. No, because I enjoy sharing stuff on Instagram different than what I do here. I also sometimes kind of enjoy having Instagram followers. Like, it's fun. I don't know. It's fun. The numbers can be fun, but Instagram followers. I had a video that I did that night or the night after talking about it, and talking about the fact that it is, when you watch the Hair by Jay video, it really is a like virtual digital assault. And you saw Trisha's reaction. She reacted as if she had been assaulted. What I know from Trisha, from the content of hers that I've seen, is she seems to have a history with PTSD, even if she doesn't necessarily call it that, but with trauma like symptoms. And so it is not surprising to me how she reacted, because watching it, for me, I was like, we're watching a digital assault, a virtual assault. That's what we're watching. And even though it was words, I definitely think that it was harassing and threatening. Whether she will choose to pursue that, I don't know. Could she choose to pursue that? Yes. Could she make a police report about threats? Yes. Could she? Is there defamation there? It really, for me, and I would have to review it specifically with that intent, but my initial reaction to it was kind of that cyber harassment threat realm. Those things can be hard, and I think the laws are going to have to continue to change to deal with things like that, but it still feels assaultive. And what I didn't like about that, now you've triggered the tangent. You were like, tangent button, go. And I love it. What I think was hard for me watching that is that the people who responded to her about the way she should and shouldn't feel, like, she shouldn't feel this way, she should feel that way. I know what that's like. It happened this week. I got a lot of comments. You shouldn't feel like this. You should appreciate that. You shouldn't be mad. Don't should on my feelings. I'm not going to should on your feelings. And I tell people this all the time. I don't tell anyone their feelings are right or wrong. Your feelings are your feelings. Um, I may understand it or not understand it. I may agree with it or not agree with it, but it's not for you to change. It's for me to be like, oh, okay, well, maybe that's not where I need to be. A lot of people were in telling Trisha that she was being, I said this last night, I said this on Instagram today, too dramatic, too this, too that. And my friend and life coach, Mallory, has reminded me that anytime anyone says you're too something, and I always think of Peter Mon saying be too much, when somebody's telling you you're too much, that's a judgment. That's them judging how you're responding. And so when people were judging the way Trisha was responding, look, I don't co-sign what Trisha does. I think Trisha has trolled quite a bit. I think that she does that intentionally. I also think that her reaction to that Hair by Jay video was genuine based on my observation of it. Could I be wrong? Sure. But it felt like a genuine, visceral, I've been attacked response. And people telling her, oh, you shouldn't make such a big deal out of it. No, she gets to feel how she feels, and she felt attacked, and I can see why. So I had more of a problem with the ancillary conversation that she should just accept it and she should just move on and she shouldn't have brought it up. It's like, oh, you wore a short skirt. And I hate to put it in those terms, but I don't hate to put it in those terms because that's the same idea. You shouldn't have gone on that date. You shouldn't have worn that short skirt. You shouldn't have had another drink. No, the other person, Hair by Jay, shouldn't have gone online and assaulted Trisha virtually with his words. Shouldn't have harassed her, threatened her. It was awful. And it wasn't just name calling. It was unhinged. And that is a huge problem. So people saying, oh, Trisha shouldn't have done this and shouldn't have done that. Look, she brought it up. Does that mean it's right for him to go off? No. Could he say, I don't know why this woman's bringing this up a year later. This is old beef. We've dealt with it. What the fuck? Go sit down, Trisha. Fine. That's not what happened. So that was a very long tangent. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not going to apologize. No, we're not sorry. It needs to be said. It needs to be said. It needs to be said. Her reaction to me was reasonable given everything that happened in that Hair by Jay video. Will she choose to press it? I don't know. Could she choose to press it? Yes. Does that mean it will go anywhere? Not necessarily, because cybercrimes are hard. Cybercrimes are hard. So anyway, all right, let's go. My mods were letting me know that Daily Warner said, however, I know for a fact things are changing and the park is not doing well. I feel like this is a reach for a windfall to save investors. Who was a former employee of the park. Thank you for sharing that. My mods let me know in my mod chat because I missed it up above. So thank you for that input, Deely. I appreciate that. It will be interesting to see as this goes forward what we think. So thank you. How do you get in on the After Dark episodes? I'm way over. I'm just going to post it and then you get to choose to watch it or not. We're just going to post it. So if you guys feel me on the Trisha stuff, let me know. I'm very curious. That one's going to be your adult phone operator voice. It sure is. It sure is going to be the adult phone operator voice. And then if the chat changes, well, no, it won't. We're still going to have it change. Thank you for the feedback on this, the format. We're going to move on in just 1 second to Court of Public Opinion. Thank you for the family time on Friday. I appreciate it. It's going to be fun. And I will share with you guys after the fact what we got my little guy for his birthday and all that stuff. The color of the lippy tonight is the same as most nights. I've been wearing the Bel Air lip liner from Gerard Cosmetics and the pink frosting lip gloss. Y'all, here's the tea. My mods will put the link, hopefully, in the chat. Here's the tea. Gerard Cosmetics does a Super Bowl sale, and it has a mirror. And during her Super Bowl sale, the sale price is the number Super Bowl it is. So when I say this is Super Bowl 55 on Sunday, There is a 55% deal. You can still use my link. I still get credit for it, but 55% off. Go get you, if you want your lippy, go get it. It's the lightsabery ones. They light up and you can look right in the mirror. It's the most brilliant thing ever. I enjoy it. It's so smart. It's so smart. When there's times when you're like, I know that a woman created this, because that is the thing. You can never, like, the light plus the little mirror. Somebody who wears lip gloss, and I shouldn't say a woman, someone who wears lip gloss invented this. And you can tell by how nice it is to use and how good good it feels. Gloria, they reached out to me. So there is going to be an Adam and Eve sponsorship for that. Jenna B, any advice for a first-year law student? Yes. Don't get caught up in the junior high drama of 1L. And this might be different during COVID, but like we had lockers, my 1L, and you could hear people talking shit after class by the lockers. And you're like, it was like a scene out of Mean Girls. It was like, I'm sorry. Are you really talking about me having a difference of opinion with you by the lockers? No. I found 1L to be super cliquey. It got better after that. Make sure that you set good habits in 1L. Just start with good boundaries. Your brain needs things to retain information. Rest, water, not alcohol poisoning, though in 1L, it's very easy to drink a whole lot. I didn't know that champagne Jell-O shots were a thing until my 1L. And let me tell you, there were definitely nights lost to champagne Jell-O shots. Thank you to my 1L at Seattle U. You know who you are. I still have fun memories. And like, I can actually feel the headache in the back of my head when I talk about it. But to try not to again, this might be different with COVID. Rest, moving your body, eating well, setting up good habits that you're going to carry through your law career is good. Because what I find is we get into this hustle and 1L to like push past your boundaries. Like, I studied for 27 hours. Your brain's not retaining anything for 27 hours of studying. It's just not. Your brain needs downtime. It needs fun time. It might need a Nintendo Switch. It might need YouTube videos. It might need ASMR, nail painting, whatever it is. Give your brain downtime, because that's when you make the connections. And try not to put your value in your grades. Your value as a lawyer doesn't have to do with your grades. It feels that way in 1L, but setting up good habits to take through your career of law is the most important thing that nobody ever fucking said in 1L. So I wish they had said, hey, be hydrated, eat well, move your body. It'll be fine. So yes. All right. I'm going to get to a few more questions and then it's time. It's time. We've got to go. Hello, Octo. I'm literally eating sushi from HEB right now. Fantastic. Kura's open for takeout only. Well, Kura's yummy, but you missed the fun of the conveyor belt. Questions. I'm going to get to a few as quickly as I can. And then we will. Yes, thank you. I'm trying. Yes, champagne Jell-O shots. Yes, you can make Jell-O shots with champagne. This is your downtime, but this is still law. Make sure you take downtime. I literally, it's the thing that flew out of my mouth. I'm just imagining there are people who make ASMR videos like painting their nails. I don't know if that exists. Everybody, like, ASMR sand kind of works too. See, Seattle U is the best. So sad we're not alum buddies. Same. I transferred because of my husband's work, so I didn't graduate from Seattle U, but I loved it. I loved Seattle. I loved living in Seattle. At least you had champagne Jell-O shots. We had moonshine Jell-O shots. Oh, bye. Though actually some of the moonshine, like the new kind of hipstery moonshine, is pretty freaking good. Like, pretty good. Yeah. Jell-O shots are definitely the memories. What's up, Seattle U peeps? Go easy on bar review during your 1L. Cheers. That's exactly what it is. Teaching dental students taught me so much about alcohol I never knew in my own PhD. Dental students, says the woman married to a dentist, dental students are on par with law students. Law students make it happen. Make it happen. Law students definitely imbibe a lot. A lot. Law school is absolutely high school. Hello from the Facebook spree. Okay, guys, I'm going to see if I have one last. Simply Nailogical's last video was ASMR nail painting. There you go. That's why it was in my brain, because I enjoy her channel and it's like permeated my brain. So there you go. ASMR nail art. Okay, guys, it's time. It's time. It's time. Am I the only college student that's never done Jello shots? Zoe, possibly. I mean, Jello, see, here's the thing with Jello shots is they do take effort to make. It's sometimes easier to just get a keg. They take effort, but it's fun. Is there a place? Oh, engineering school taught me way too much about alcohol. I feel like that's just advanced school. Pineapple moonshine sounds amazing. Somebody asked if there's a place where law students can ask law questions. I feel like I'm going to need to make a place. There is not at the moment, but we will do that. All right, guys, we have to, or we're never going to get to it because I love answering questions and talking to y'all, but also twinkle, twinkle time is coming up quick. So it's time. We got to do this. We got to do this thing. We got to do it. Hold on. I got to change the banner. We got to change the banner. That's not the banner. I hear my door opening. Why is my door opening? Who is opening my door? I hear it. Come on in. You know I'm on a live stream. It's Friday. Come on in.
I didn't.
Come here.
I forgot. I'm sorry, everyone.
You forgot. The hair looks great after swimming. I enjoy it.
Hello, all 3,211 viewers. I'm gonna go now.
I'll be out soon, buddy.
McDonald's is good.
Enjoy. Was swimming good?
Yeah.
They weren't swimming. I'll be out soon. Shut my door. It's time, guys. Now it's time. Now it's officially time. T says hello. Okay, so just to recap, last week, the Court of Public Opinion officially ruled that pineapple was, in fact, for pizza. Pineapple was for pizza. So that was the ruling. You can disagree. It's the Court of Public Opinion. The purpose of the Court of Public Opinion is to have fun discussion about a topic that is controversial within the Court of Public Opinion, but the results are kind of irrelevant. If you like pineapple on your pizza, eat it. If you don't, say, haha, the Court of Public Opinion is wrong. I do not care. So thank you for the warm thoughts for T. I will let him know. I'm also surprised he didn't shout out his channel. He just started a separate channel because he's been inspired by Creepshow Art to do more art videos, and he doesn't listen to all of her videos because she's colorful and sometimes he gets uncomfortable with the cursey words. He's very sweet, but he wants to do a drawing channel. So he's just starting a second channel. I will share his channel in the future. Okay. So Court of Public Opinion for this week. Are you ready? This we need to know. Is the proper method for putting on socks and shoes. Sock, shoe, or sock, shoe. Which is the right one? Do you sock, shoe, or sock, shoe? Which is it? You guys start letting me know. I'm already seeing it come up in the thing. I'm seeing it. Sock, shoe. Sock, shoe. A lot of sock, shoe. Socks first, socks then shoes. I go sock, shoe. Oh my God, who puts a shoe before both feet have socks? Me. I'm totally in the minority here. Sock. You guys are blowing it out of the water with sock. Here's the thing. I've had back surgery. And so if I put on, and I don't sit down to put on my shoes normally. So if I put on a sock and then I go to put on another sock and lift up my foot, I'm always worried I will slip on my hardwood floors because 2 knee surgeries, 2 back surgeries. So I do I do sock, shoe, sock, shoe. I do. I do. Two socks, two shoes. What's wrong with people? I do sock and then shoe. But if I sit down, then I put on my shoes first. But when I'm standing up and pulling stuff on, I do one sock, one shoe, one sock, one shoe. Depends on my energy level. Usually I have socks, then I go put shoes on like hours later. So this is also fair. I don't keep my socks and shoes in the same room. This has changed for the kids with the mud room because now they have to put their socks on and then they put their shoes on in the garage because Tennessee clay. You guys are like, please sit down. I don't always sit down to put my shoes on, which as I'm getting older, I'm going to start to have to because it's a thing. You guys are okay. This one's not nearly as close. This is not nearly as close. I'm thinking it's a post-back surgery. I got nervous. I don't want it, but now I need to sit down more, clearly. Free spirit, no socks. I definitely do that quite a lot. You guys, okay, fine. People who wear shoes in the house are monsters. That's not the court of public opinion. But I have shoes for the house. And so you guys saw them last night. The members only got to see my house slippers last night. They're fun, but I could understand your concerns about exactly. So I don't go sock, sock, shoe, shoe. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's only me. This was a great question, but maybe it's only me. It depends how sore I am. I prefer to slip on with no socks. And that is fair too, because what you cannot do is a slip on with socks. And it's fair. I have a lot of friends who don't wear socks ever or shoes. The real question is which foot is first? I don't pay attention. I guess I go left foot first if I had to think about it. But do you guys, when you do slides, I mean, I have slides for the house, but no socks with the slides for sure. We don't wear shoes in the house in Canada. So sock, sock, shoe, shoe. And that's a different thing. So in California, we didn't track as much dirt into the house. It's just different. The weather here, the ground is wetter more frequently. There is much more diverse weather. And so you can definitely track shit into the house. So most of the shoes are in the mudroom. And so the socks are in the bedroom. Oh, my lamp went off. It must be 9:00. The lamp went off. It is time. But I wear house shoes now that I didn't. Bianca, that is totally fair to always sit. And when you sit, I guess it's easier to just sock, sock. No, you know what? Even when I sit, I think I do sock, shoe, sock, shoe. I really do. I'm going to have to pay better attention. I'm very curious, but that's what it is. It's obvious socks then shoes. I don't wear my shoes in the house. But if you're sitting down to leave, sock, then shoe, then the other foot, sock, then shoe. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Normally socks first. I'm at the gym. I miss the gym. And when they do dry foot, sock, shoe, dry foot, sock, shoe. See, also fair, dry foot, sock, shoe. I cannot wear socks as it hurts. That is also fair. My youngest does not like socks at all. He has like textures. Red clay in Georgia. So sock, or bare feet. Bare feet are great. I generally, when I sit down, I do like sock. Even when I sit down, I do sock, shoe, sock, shoe. I really do. Maybe I'm in the minority on that. It looks like I am, but that's all right. I don't need a special exemption. The court of public opinion is more than welcome to disagree with me. That's the fun of the court of public opinion. It's fair that everybody's like sock, shoe, shoe. I really do. Even when I said I do sock, shoe, when I think about it. Y'all are going to think about this tomorrow morning and you're going to tag me on Instagram and let me know. Left foot first, literally sitting in my house wearing shoes because your feet are warm. That I do that with my house shoes for sure. Sock, sandal. No, just no sock, sandal. Socks just bother me on another level of sensory. It's fair, Anika. They bother my son for sensory reasons as well. So for sure. Left foot first. I'm left-handed. So I'm right-handed and I still go left first. A lot of left foot first, right foot first. Okay, now we're going to have a 2-part court of public opinion just because I'm curious. Sock, shoe, shoe, and then which foot goes first, and is it by hand dominance? A Swift documentary on Evermore on Disney. Is there a conflict of interest within the brand of Disney? Probably not, because the theme park doesn't have anything in that space. But I didn't know there was a documentary. I'm going to want to watch it. I joined this live at a weird time. You joined us during the court of public opinion, and the court of public opinion is a weird time for sure. It's when we get to talk about fun topics that are inconsequential to just learn how other people do things and if people are wrong about things like the majority of people liking pineapple on their pizza. I've learned something new. I didn't know it was the most popular pizza topping in Australia. I've learned things. I love the court of opinion. I've learned lots. Learned all about, is a hot dog a sandwich? Is a quesadilla a sandwich? Is a burrito a sandwich? Is a burrito a ravioli? I don't know. We've learned we had to move away from food. The members are going to be opened up to give more suggestions for court of public opinion. On Tuesday, we will rule on this. No socks with slides, I mean, is a for sure one. Cade is for me. But I get it now. Living somewhere where it's colder, I get the inclination for socks with slides. Like, I understand since I've moved, but we don't wear shoes in the house in Alaska either. I would imagine not, because again, living somewhere with actual weather, bringing the shoes in the house is not a thing. And so the kids do put on their socks first and then go put their shoes on and then take their shoes off and walk around the house in their socks. But so, yeah, I mean, that is definitely a big part of it because you have to have sock first, because the shoes are in a different spot. As long as they both come after pants, I won't fight anybody about it. Well, see, Morgan, sometimes like my hiking socks come up to my knee and I have to put them on before my pants, because otherwise I have to pull my pants all the way up to my knee and then put the socks on and then pull the pants back over, and it's hard. So when I do my hiking socks, I guess I do sock first when I do my hiking socks, because they are like compression socks up to my knee, and then I have to put my pants on. These are old lady problems and probably more than you all needed to know about me, but that's when I put my socks on before my pants. It should have been the court of public opinion today. Shoes in the house or no. That also fair, but house shoes are the things. Isn't there a song called Evermore in Beauty and the Beast live action? I don't know. Because I don't know if a single song would be an issue. See, I used to be barefoot as much as possible, and then the floors are cold. In California, I was barefoot all the time, but the floors are cold. So now there has to be some type of shoeage in the house. And that's where I showed the members this last night. These I got for Christmas, and they are like my monster Sorel fuzzy slippers. I fucking love these things so much. So those are they're slides, but they're fuzzy. They're my favorite, and I love them so much. Too cold in my house not to have socks on. Fair enough. And so moving from California, I brought my Ugg boots with me, and I wear those in the house quite a lot. My mom, after 3 back surgeries, is sock shoe, but my dad, who had foot surgery, is sock or sandals. Fair enough. But yeah, after the back surgery, I really did get used to sock shoe. Florida here, flip. It's fair. That's SoCal. One of my dear friends from growing up, I always feel weird saying that. It's like, why do I need to clarify that this is one of my friends who's been my friend for like 30 years? But she has lived in flip-flops as long as I have known her, and still does. And she's like, I live in Arizona. I just wear flip-flops. That's what it is. Socks first, but we did that one. Okay, I'm catching up. Yes, it is Twinkle Twinkle time. Yes, it is. Sadly, some people wear socks with slides, or worse, Birkenstocks and socks. Sherry, see, here's the thing. Like, I never, ever understood that until I moved somewhere where it was cold, but I also love my Birkenstocks. So, like, I kind of get it now, why people might, but only in the house. But it is. Insoles last longer if you wear socks. Fair. It is just about Twinkle Twinkle time. Had back surgery and broke both hips, and it's still sock, shoe. Lika's like, there is no option. There is no option, y'all. Get it together. Socks first. Everybody, socks first. This one's going to win. Do slippers count as shoes? Not really. They're slippers. So, but it's fair, because slippers, like, I wouldn't wear these slippers out of the house because I don't want the bottoms to get dirty, especially during COVID. Like, COVID has definitely changed like the protocol of having shoes in. I heard that they teach sock shoe in the military. I'm going to have to investigate this for the court of public opinion. I feel like we need to know by Tuesday. We need to know. We need to know. And there are definitely people who don't wear socks. There's some shoes I have that I don't wear socks with just because they don't look as cute. I think we need socks first or pants first debate next. That's fair. That can be the part two. That can absolutely be the part two. So glad I came across you months ago and became a member. Thank you, Lindsay. I'm so glad too. What about tights and nylons? I can't mess with tights and nylons. I can't, but those have to both go on first. I mean, I guess you can't do one or one. Floor heating, that's the T. Yeah, I don't have that yet, but it seems like it might need to be. It might need to be. You absolutely belong here. I'm so glad you're here. My doctors recommend diabetic to wear socks with sandals. Also very, very fair, especially if they're like compression. That is fair. That is a very, very fair point. Thank you for pointing that out. Former Marine here, socks first, then boots. Fair enough, Maggie. Thank you. Maggie's like, yep, socks first, then boots. Diva's like, please, for the love of everything, it is twinkle, twinkle time. Oh, Pam, we're going to have to get into that debate another time. We're going to have to get into that debate another time. You guys, I love seeing all of this. This is going to happen another day for sure. You guys, it is twinkle, twinkle time. We've been on for over 2 hours. I appreciate all of you. I can hear my kids. So I'm going to go spend some time with them. And I'm seeing lots of the military people say socks first, socks first, socks first. We use the court of public opinion questions for fun practice debates and argumentative writing. It's been wild. Oh, Sierra, I'm so, so glad. There is something so valuable about being able to have fun and friendly debate and then being able to argue your position like, right, but I think it's this way because of this. Because really in the court of public opinion, there's no right or wrong answer. It's opinion, and it's fun to learn how to have those conversations. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I love that. And I wish you and your students all the best. Keep us posted on where they come out if you want on the court of public opinion and tag me in it, because I love that. I would love to hear how the hot dog sandwich debate went for your class. I love that. So thank you for sharing that. I very, very, very much appreciate it. So, yeah, that's it. 2 hours. Happy Friday, you guys. It's been a good one. I will put the poll up on Twitter. I will put the poll up on the Instagrams tomorrow. If you don't follow me in the places, go follow me in the places. It's at the Emily D. Baker everywhere. If for some reason you've reached the very end of this and you are not subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. We are working towards 100K over here, and we're at 84.1 thousand Law Nerd friends subscribed to the channel. And we're doing purple hair. And this week I learned that my mother is not subscribed to the channel because she has very, very mixed feelings about me dyeing my hair purple. This is probably how she felt when I dyed my hair maroon in college and came home and she was like, what has happened? I'm like, my hair is maroon and I'm in Massachusetts and my skin is very, very pale, like very, very pale. And my lipstick is maroon, and it's the most deliciously 90s thing you've ever seen. I have a little choker necklace, maroon hair, maroon lips. It was an emo dreamland. Maroon hair dye did not go well with chlorine, FYI, but I loved it. I can't wait to dye my hair purple. I'm here. I feel like the gray will get very purple. I'm living. I can't wait. 100K, purple hair, here for all of it. Thank you, Law Nerds, for hanging out. Thank you for being here. I will see you back on the interwebs over the weekend. I will see you back on the YouTubes Tuesday for Coffee and Cursey Words, where we will issue a formal ruling on the court of public opinion. It'll be fun. I will see you then. Thank you for hanging with me tonight. This is our 12th wrap up. Don't forget to check out the 55% off sale for Gerard Cosmetics. Seriously, it's more important than the Super Bowl for me. So, go get you some lip gloss, or there's all kinds of stuff. There's stuff. It's time. We're going. Good night. Thank you. I appreciate you. I will see you in the next one. Connect with me everywhere. I'm at the Emily D. Baker. If you guys want to join the text, just text Emily.com. If you want to join the channel, lawnerdsunite.com. Happy to have you. Support what we do here on the YouTube.